Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And today I have 8 Christmas DIYs for you all today. I decided I was going to go ahead and just upload the DIYs anyway. I know that they're late, but I went ahead and combined most of my DIYs that I created over the past couple of months. And I just decided I would go ahead and post the videos today. I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Most of these DIYs are going to be really quick and easy. So for starting off for this DIY, I have these flowers that came from Joann's after when they closed. And I'm going to spray paint some of them with the Midnight Blue Rust-Oleum spray paint and then the Colonial Red spray paint. And then I am just going to let them dry. Once they're completely dry, I'm just going to go ahead and add those to my boxwood plants that I have outside. I did a DIY with the boxwoods for fall. And so all I'm going to do is just take those flowers off, and I'm going to add these flowers to the boxwood, and that is going to be it. And I will be using this as my Christmas decor in front of my house for my outside decor. So you'll have to let me know what you think. Like I said, these DIYs are going to be really quick and easy, very simple, and extremely budget friendly. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. For this DIY, I have this ribbon. This was the last little section of that ribbon that I had from a previous wreath that I created for a friend. And then I also have this boxwood wreath that came from Joann's when they closed. I think it was like $2 or $3 is what I paid for it. And all I'm going to do is tie the ribbon into a bow. And then I'm going to use some zip ties to attach the ribbon to the wreath. And then I'm going to layer the tails and attach the sections of the tails to the wreath, because I wanted to have like this layered effect, or it looks like the wind is blowing the ribbon. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Really easy and simple, but I love the way that it turned out. So you'll have to let me know what you think. Okay, so we're moving right along. So all of these DIYs are going to be made for my husband. I made some Pittsburgh Steeler DIYs for him. So I'm going to start off with these wooden wreaths from Dollar Tree. I have 2 of them. What I did was I went ahead and cut the metal form and removed the wooden beads. And then I only use the Folk Art medium yellow paint, and then the Dollar Tree black chalk paint are the only 2 paints I ended up using. I actually ended up not using the gold string either. I ended up using some of the Dollar Tree black yarn instead. And I also have some footballs that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And so I'm going to start off by taking the beads off of the metal form, the wooden beads, excuse me. And then I'm going to put them in Ziploc bags. And then I am going to add the medium yellow paint to the one Ziploc bag, and then the black paint to the other. And I added a little bit of water to water it down some to make sure that all of the beads were completely coated. And so I started off doing the black ones first. And then originally I was going to blow dry them because I had them sitting out for a little bit and they still weren't completely dry. And so I decided I was going to use my blow dryer, but then I decided to use the napkin instead. So here I'm just kind of drying them off with a napkin. And then I noticed that they were not, they didn't coat all the way. So I didn't stuck them back in the bag with a little bit more of the black paint. And then they came out just how I wanted them. They were perfect for me. And so I did the same thing with the paper towel, and I did that to the yellow ones also. And so here I am going to take one of each of the beads, and then I'm also going to take one of the little footballs, and I'm just going to start to add it to my yarn and until I use up all of my beads and my footballs. And then once that's complete, I'm going to just knot both of the ends with the football attached to each end. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. And just wanted to put out a fun fact, just in case any of you did not know, I know that we use yellow and black for Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a song out there called Black and Yellow. Traditional colors are black and gold, just an FYI, because I do know that there's some Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there who might see my video. I do know that the colors for Pittsburgh Steelers are, the traditional colors are black and gold. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. So you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY, but I absolutely love the way that this turned out. And if you have a football fan in your family, this is a quick and easy and simple and budget-friendly DIY that you can create for them. Okay, so we are moving right along. So I will be using, I'm not gonna use half of the things that I'm showing you all. So I have these ornaments that came from Target, and I went ahead and painted the lid of the ornaments with the black chalk paint. Then I'm going to add some of the footballs from Hobby Lobby, and I also cut up some ribbon. So I'm going to add some of the yellow and black ribbon pieces into my ornament. I'm going to place the lid back on the ornament. And then I am also going to use some baker's twine, because the baker's twine to me represents a referee uniform. So I'm going to use that to create a hanger. I'm also going to put number 95 on the ornament. That represents my husband's favorite football player, Lloyd Clark. And that is going to be it for this DIY. I will say I originally had planned on putting all of these DIYs on a Christmas tree. I did make these for my husband for his birthday, which was November 6th. So you can see how old and how far behind I am with my DIY videos. But my husband, once I gave them to him, he went ahead and placed them where he wanted to place them all throughout his man cave. So they're actually not on a tree yet. But you have to let me know what you think about this DIY. For this DIY, I have another one of those ornaments from Target. And then I have these football stickers that I've had in my stash for probably 3 or 4 years now. I was supposed to do something for my husband a while back and I never got to it. So I'm going to use those stickers to create these DIYs. So I'm just going to stick some of those footballs and the ornament. And then I have this, I took the dog and I'm going to place it on an ornament. I'm going to add some of that baker's twine to make a holder. A hanger, excuse me. And that is going to be it for this DIY. Really easy and simple, like I said. And I had planned on combining the DIY Pittsburgh Steelers ornaments with some of our ornaments, Pittsburgh Steelers ornaments that we already had. But Christmas is 4 days away, so I don't think that's going to happen. For this DIY, I have these stickers. I have some Rust-Oleum spray paint. I have some baker's twine and some ribbon. And then I also have 2 ornaments from Target. So I'm going to start off by removing the pictures out of the frames. And then I'm going to spray paint the frames black with the Rust-Oleum black spray paint. And then I'm going to use one of the male stickers and one of the female stickers to place on the pictures that came out of the frames. Then I'm going to place them back into the frames, and then I am going to add some ribbon. I'm going to use the black ribbon. I thought that looked better to make some holders for the ornaments, and then that is going to be it for this DIY. And I will say, I remember now why it took me so long to get this video out, because originally I had planned on adding some footage from a pregame that me and my husband went to, I believe either in July or August, and I could not find the video. I think I included it in another video that I never put out also. I was going to add some footage from that game that was Pittsburgh playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. And but I'm going to look through my phone and see if I can find any of that footage. I will add it to the end of this video. But you'll have to let me know what you think about these DIYs. They're all, like I said, really easy and simple. And we are moving right along. I have this picture frame that came from the thrift store. I paid 99 cents for it. I have some Waverly Antique matte wax, excuse me. I have this picture with the candy cane on it that came from Amazon. It was like in a pack of some other pictures. And then I'm also going to use some of the black ribbon buff. And then I have this candy cane that I made, and I actually am not going to put that video out only because it's like a 3-part video of me using like one item to create 3 DIYs, and I broke one of the DIYs. So I'm going to try and get that fixed, and maybe I'll just put that out for Christmas in July. But I'm going to start off by cleaning my picture frame, and then I am going to use the Waverly Antique Wax to try and clear up some of the areas where the picture frame has like some little scuffs on it, but that did not work. So then I ended up using some of the Barnyard red paint to go ahead and just cover those areas. I thought it matched perfectly with the frame. And then what I did was I took some of the black ribbon buff and went over it to kind of give it a little more distressed kind of look. And I love the way that this frame ended up turning out. And then once I did that, I went ahead and I added my candy cane picture into my frame. And then I added the candy cane to the side. Then I was trying to decide if I wanted to add a bow to mimic the candy cane in the picture. But I ended up just not doing that and just using the candy cane. But I still love the way this turned out. So you'll have to let me know what you think. This is one of my favorite DIYs that I created for Christmas. Although I didn't create many. But this is one of my favorite ones. And I do actually have this placed in my hot cocoa bar area. If you've already seen my decorating videos, and you've already seen this picture. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think about this DIY. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you're already subscribed, thank you for continuing to support my channel. I really do appreciate it. My name is Tawanda, and this is Tawanda's Blessed Life. And on my channel, I do decorating and on budget, DIYs and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And if that is something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would greatly appreciate it. And we are finally moving on to our last and final DIY for today. So I have these 2 plates. I have the snowman plate, which is a plate I already had. The plate with the candy cane is a plate from Dollar Tree. And then I have these 3 ornaments. I got those all came from Dollar General. They were $1 a piece. I picked them up because they look like cookies to me. And so this DIY is going to be really quick and easy. I have one of my cheese domes. I just took the lid off of the cheese dome, and I'm just going to take some ribbon and tie it around the top of it. And then I have my plates, and I'm going to give you two options. And actually I didn't use either one of these options when I put this on my table, because I ended up using both plates for something else. And if you've already seen my decorating videos, then you've already seen this. But so the options are, I could use the plate with the snowman on it, or I could use the plate with the candy canes. I actually ended up not using either one of those plates. I actually ended up using one of my vintage brown plates, because I used the candy cane plate on my shelf in my coffee bar area. And then I use the snowman plate in a different section of my kitchen. So you'll have to let me know what you think about these DIYs. And that is going to be it for today's video. Sorry they came out so late. But if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it. And I hope you have a blessed day. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
third down. So this is your third touchdown. Oh my God. Right there. Yeah! Pittsburgh Steelers 14, Jacksonville Jaguars 6.